Hello everyone. Quick video today. I didn't do one yesterday. I did make a trade yesterday. It was like 11% win. I don't remember what it was on. I think it was Nvidia. Nothing really to make a video about. The only lesson really to be learned from it was I think right after I sold it dropped. So I got out when I at the best time I could have, probably, or close to the best time I could have. If I would have held longer, it probably would have been a loss. Um, Not really much of a lesson there. I didn't sell for a particular reason. I think I only had one contract, and I sold because I was up 10, 12%, whatever it was. So I sold. I was just looking for a real short, just a little profit, and that was all. I wasn't really thrilled about trading yesterday because I didn't like the way the charts were set up. So I was up a few bucks and I sold. No real reason to make a video on that. And before I go on, I did not forget about doing a live futures trade for you. I just haven't had time. Still, I'm going to work on that. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I can do that later this week. We'll see. Just been swamped with work. So this is my paper trade account, so ignore all these dollar figures. This isn't my real account. You can see it says simulator trading. I still don't have my microphone working on my other computer with my real account. So, but the trade I made today was real money. It was a real money trade. It's actually my second video that I've recorded because the first one ended up being longer than I wanted it to be, and I'm trying to keep them shorter. Anyway, I traded Roku today in my real money account. Roku has a habit of selling off early and then popping and running the rest of the day, at least lately. I'm nervous about trading Roku because it's so high. It's up so high right now. It's way overbought. Doesn't mean it won't continue to run, but you just have to be careful with it. But anyway, I was watching a chart. I liked how it came down here. There's a pivot point right here, and there's a 100 SMA here. It came down and held those. I wasn't interested in shorting it at this point, but I was watching it, and one of the moderators in the chat room I'm in alerted it, and it kind of reaffirmed what I was looking at. So I went ahead and I bought two contracts. I bought the cheapies. I bought the 170 calls for this week. I don't particularly like trading the cheapies, but the 160 calls or the 165 calls were a little bit too pricey. They were like $1.75 a piece, something like that. And I didn't really want to spend that much. The 167.50s just didn't have that much volume. They were trading about $1.07 or something. Didn't have that much volume. So I went with these, and I went light because they are cheapies and they'll move quick on you. So I went light, thinking, this thing has a lot of room to pull back if it starts to sell off. So I went in light in case I needed a bail or I wanted to add to it. So I bought two contracts. I only spent $114 initially, with plans to add if I needed to. I got in right at 10 o'clock, almost 10:01. So I bought right at the open of this candle. Actually, it opened and it started to come up a little bit, and that's when I bought. I had an almost perfect entry. I paid 57 cents each. We came up to this pivot point. I sold one of the contracts for 81 cents, which is 24-cent profit, which works out to 42%. So I made 42% on the first contract. It pulled back, came down to the cloud. I bought another contract at 64. So I netted $17 from selling this one to buying this one. So I netted $17 just from that. Banked that away. Bought again here at 64. So my average at this point was 60 cents a contract. It came up. It hit, I don't know what it hit. It was up around 80 cents again. I actually put a sell order in for another contract up here, but it didn't trigger. It just stopped just short of triggering. Came down, It kind of fluttered here a little bit, consolidated, and I was afraid of it pulling back here, so I sold another contract at 70 cents, which was still a 15% profit. But I sold another contract there at 70, and right after I sold it, that's when it took off. So I still holding one contract at 60 cents. It ran from here. I ended up setting probably right about here. I set a sell order for it to automatically sell if it closed below this 21 EMA, which is the bottom of the cloud. That's this blue line. It came up here. Where was it at? Over here. Rode it up to here, and I didn't like these candles here. This series of candles was making me a little bit nervous. Not really nervous, but I thought we might get a pullback here. It was coming into lunchtime. I looked at yesterday, and yesterday right about lunchtime it took a nice dip. So I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and sell here then. So I canceled that automatic order I had, and I sold here at $2.13. Now, if you're better at math than I am, and off the top of your head, my net profit on this trade was at 104%. My average entry was 59.3 cents, and my average sell was 121.3. So you take that 121.3 minus 59.3 divided by 59.3. It's 104. It was actually 104.60%. So I made 100% on this trade, which I was thrilled with. There's no reason to be ashamed or upset about making 100%. Granted, I could have made way more, because at this point, I believe right here at 12:42, these contracts hit $4.67. I sold for $2.13 on the last one. But you don't know that. You don't know what's going to happen. Had I left my sell order in to sell with a close below this candle, it would have sold at 13.18, and at 13.18 those were trading at $3.45. So I should have stuck with that and been a little bit more patient with it, but like I said, I'm not going to complain about making 100%. So in the end, I made $186 off of a $180 entry. Actually, not. It was probably a $179 entry. I made $186. So no reason to be upset about that. I'll show you real quick how to set this. I think I showed you in one of the other videos. But this is my paper trading account. You see filled order 0. I didn't do any trades today in this account. But let's just use this as an example. You right click, create closing order. Come over here, click on this little star. It has to be at market. Set it to market, and that's why you want to make sure it's something with a high volume, a lot of liquidity, because you can get really burned if you are trading something with big spreads. So let me go back and repeat what I did here. You click below here, it brings up the symbol. Click mark, study, edit, change this to whatever time frame you're looking at. Delete this, add condition, price, close, because you want it the close of the candle. Set this to 1 because that'll make it the previous candle. Is less than, study, type in your EXP, moving average exponential, set this to 21 or whatever number you want. I'm using 21. So the price close from the previous candle, which is what this one indicates, previous candle is less than your 21 EMA. Save, okay, save, and then you hit confirm and send. I guess I can do that. Confirm and send, save. So now the order is in. It probably didn't set it because it's after hours, and I'm not sure why, but that's how you set it to sell automatically when it closes below 21 EMA. So let's go back to the Roku chart. I'd be very careful with Roku. I mean, there's nothing saying it won't continue to run, but look at this run. It's up $40 in 2 weeks. 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, it's up $40. 30%, 2.5 weeks. At some point, you're gonna run out of buyers, and it's gonna, people start taking profit. It's gonna come down. But anyway, that's the video for today. I'm trying to keep these shorter. 104%. That's the first 100% winner I've had in a long time. I believe I may have had a couple 100% runners years ago. I don't normally see that big of winners because I trade way too conservative to see those, but today it worked out. But anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll still try to get something going with the futures trade. Do live paper trade on futures for you. Maybe I'll try to do that this week. We'll see how markets look, how my schedule works out. But thanks for watching, and I'll try to make a video for you tomorrow. Hopefully I have something good to show you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.